Hey, Matt. I got some strange envelope in the mail. I can only imagine that you had something to do with it.
Don't call it strange. It's a perfectly normal pamphlet for a Hawaiian vacation.
Sure. And why exactly are you sending something like this to your ex-wife's house? I hesitate to ask, but you aren't trying to invite me to go to Hawaii with you or something, right?
You got it, a fun-filled Hawaiian adventure. I know how hard you worked, and I thought you, of all people, could use a vacation.
Even if I did, why would I go with my ex-husband?
Okay, just picture it. A pristine beach of white sand, the beautiful blue ocean, waves, sun, drinks. It'll be the best. Come on, how could you turn down a summer trip to Hawaii? I guarantee you'll have the best time of your life.
Right. So back to my original question, why would I go to Hawaii with my ex-husband? The fact you would even think to invite me proves there's seriously something not right with your head.
I see you haven't changed a bit, and I love it. I understand it might be a little weird. It's just that this summer, my parents are having their 30th wedding anniversary. We're planning on going with the whole family to celebrate. I know that we've had our problems, but we want you there too, especially my family.
That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'm happy for your parents. 30 years is quite the milestone. But why do I, your ex-wife, have to go too? You said it's a family trip. Why would you bring someone who isn't family then?
Yeah, about that. Kind of a strange situation, and I want you to hear me out. What if I said we aren't divorced?
What are you talking about? I filed the divorce papers myself, in person, just to make sure. In the state's eyes and our family's eyes, we are definitely divorced.
Yeah, of course, legally we are divorced. The thing is, there are a few people who aren't exactly aware of it. To be more precise, I didn't actually tell my family about our divorce.
What? You didn't tell your family we're divorced? After all these years? You just pretended we were still together?
I know, I didn't plan for things to turn out this way. I don't know what happened. I was a little embarrassed about the whole thing, and you know how these things can get away from you. I've been looking for the right timing, but it just never feels right. That's it, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
I feel like I'm talking to an alien or something. Is that supposed to be an excuse? There is no such thing as good timing or the right moment when it comes to telling your family you got divorced. All right, ripping the Band-Aid moment. Call them right now and tell them. When they pick up, just say, "Hey, I'm divorced." It's really not that hard.
Oh, come on, have a heart. You know it's not just that simple. Telling my parents I'm divorced is one thing, but what comes next is kind of unpleasant, to say the least.
What comes next? There is nothing next. You just tell them and that's it. What could possibly happen after you announce your divorce to your family?
You know what's gonna happen. Are you really gonna make me say it? Look, I'm really sorry for back then, but you don't have to pick on me for it.
Pick on you, right? Well, the divorce process is over already, so no, I don't know what happens next. As far as I'm concerned, it's all in the past.
If I tell everyone we're divorced, do you think they're just gonna say, "Oh, really?" And then that'll be that? Of course not. They're gonna ask why.
Well, duh. Just tell them why and move on.
How can I just tell them? I have to tell my parents about how I cheated on my wife and she divorced me?
Just tell them. It's the least you can do. God, you're as vain as ever.
Vain? What part of me is vain?
You care more about how you appear to others than about doing what's right. You're so embarrassed you've been hiding a divorce this whole time. You're so invested in this charade that you're sitting here trying to get your ex-wife, the person you cheated on, to go on a family trip with you. They're gonna find out someday. Don't you think it's gonna be 100 times more embarrassing if you keep this up?
I know, I screwed up. I don't need any more lectures. This isn't exactly a picnic for me either. I'll tell them I just need the right timing. I know there's going to be a time when I can just spit it out. It's just that time isn't right now. We're preparing for my parents' wedding anniversary.
If it's so hard for you, should I let them know? I'll call them right now. I'll tell them how their son cheated on his wife, got divorced, and was too cowardly to tell them. I'll let them know I won't be making the family trip too. I'd like to congratulate them on their anniversary anyway.
No, hold up. Don't call them, please. They really can't hear it from you. These kinds of things require a certain level of delicacy.
Then you call them up right now and tell them. I don't want to get dragged into this mess. Seriously, though, you are the worst. I really can't believe this. I thought it was strange I still got the occasional postcard from your parents. Don't you think it's sad they still think we're married? This is your family we're talking about. Think about someone else for once.
I know, I'll tell them, I swear. I'll figure something out. Oh, so please don't contact them. I don't want any crossed wires when I talk to them. I'll work out some situation that I can explain everything to them.
Hey, big sis, guess who? It's been so long. What have you been up to? Still alive, I hope. Huh? Courtney, is that you? Of course. Who else would be calling you sister? Don't tell me you forgot about your adorable baby sister. Oh no, the only person on the planet this annoying is you. But now that your identity has been established, how did you get my contact info? After I carved you out of my life with a steak knife, I blocked and scrubbed every trace of you out of my devices. I knew it! I thought it was weird my messages weren't going through. I thought there was something wrong with my phone or something. I even bought a new one. I should make you pay for it. Well, all considered, I guess I can settle for an apology. Well, I'm waiting. Why am I surrounded by crazy people? You understand the reason I blocked you is because you did something worth getting blocked over, right? Getting a new phone is on you. And how dare you just message me out of the blue so innocently? You stole my boyfriend. A boyfriend that I was discussing marriage with. I'm pretty sure I made it clear that you were dead to me after that. Oh my god, are you still hung up over that? It was like 1,000,000 years ago. I can't believe you're still so salty after all these years. What has it been, like 7, 8 years since we last talked? Jealousy is not an attractive color. You could be a little more mature about things, big sis. I know we aren't meeting face to face or anything, but this is still the first time we've talked in forever. You could be a little happier. I don't care if it was last week or last century, I'm never forgiving you for what you've done. So goodbye again. Don't bother contacting me. I will just block whoever's phone you use. A sister that steals their sister's boyfriend has no business contacting her. What? Wait! Hold on a minute, calm down. This is our first conversation in forever, and you're just gonna end it like that? Yeah. I don't even want to be reminded of your existence, let alone be chatting with you. So again, goodbye. Wait, seriously, just hear me out for a second. Don't just go ending the conversation. I haven't even told you what I contacted you for to begin with, right? I know you at least want to know that much. There is absolutely nothing you can say that I want to hear about. I do not care. Well, too bad, because I want to say it. Oh my god. I must have angered a witch or something to be stuck with you people. What? Whatever. Ready? Here it is. I finally found the man I'm gonna marry. Listen, I know that we have some bad blood or whatever, but I'm still your little sister. I'm not saying you have to take to the streets and celebrate for me, but you should at least know about it, right? You're getting married. The girl who gets a new man every week. I quite literally cannot believe it. Well, believe it! Me and my man are days away from making it official. It's finally time for me to tie the knot. I'm gonna be an honest woman from here on out. Yeah, no way. There is absolutely no way a person like you is settling down. Your whole life, all you've done is steal other people's boyfriends. You stole them from friends, from classmates, from coworkers, family. You've never had any interest in a guy unless he was someone else's. A tramp like you is settling down? Yeah, no way.
That's all ancient history. I mean, sure, there were a couple times. Looking back on things, I was actually pretty amazing. Men really do adore me. It's actually tiring being this popular, you know? Do you have any idea how hot you have to be to get that many guys to betray their girlfriends?
And now she's bragging. Twitter would probably block me if I used the best word to describe you. I don't know what you're so proud of. The only guys you can attract are jerks looking to boost their own egos. No one would seriously date you. You're just a toy for a trash man chasing used goods.
Oh my god, you did not just say that. I was just trying to be fun and you're being hurtful. How dare you call me used? You know when you say things like that, you're insulting all progressive women.
Oh no, I'm not saying you're used goods. I'm saying that you going around chasing women's men is like someone collecting used goods. Like the garbage man. And calling yourself a progressive woman is the real insult to women.
You say the weirdest things. I don't even know what you mean half the time. I'm not collecting anything. I'm especially not collecting trash. I can't help it if everyone's boyfriend just falls in love with me.
Yeah, just falls in love with you. Don't talk like you're some victim. I know the lengths you go to get them to cheat.
I don't do anything. I just be myself and they come running. My only sin is being too hot. You're just mad because your boyfriend liked me more. Well, in the end, he became mine. I don't think a loser like you has any business telling me off.
A loser? You stole your own sister's boyfriend and I'm a loser. How shallow can you get?
Of course, you lost. That's what we call people who lose. Your boyfriend was thinking of proposing to you and I got him in my bed. And as soon as I was done with him, I tossed him out. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what you even saw in him.
Your level of petty evilness reminds me of a bad 80s movie villain. Anyway, after you yourself just said all that stuff, you still don't understand why I can't believe a person like you is getting married.
Well, I've had my fun. Enjoyed my conquests. I think it's time to settle down. The game can't go on forever. But don't worry, sis. I plan on going out with a bang. I'm finishing off my career with the ultimate steal.
I'm truly afraid to ask, but I guess I'm invested, so go ahead. Who is it?
You ready? I'm gonna marry your husband. But no, I'm actually being totally serious. So I know this is probably a shock and everything, but I'm gonna need you to get divorced. Don't beat yourself up over it. It's not like you want to stay with the man who's trying to marry your little sister anyway, right?
Honestly, I was kind of interested in the climax, but you lost me again. You're going to marry my husband.
Oh no, you poor thing, you're in shock. I know how hard it must be. I can't imagine how you feel, having your boyfriend and now your husband taken by your little sister. If you need to cry, just let it out.
I really don't know what to say. This whole thing is so stupid, my brain stopped working for a sec.
Don't die on me here. I know it's a lot to take in. You're stunned. You're devastated. You'll never recover. But you can't let it keep you down. Don't dwell in denial or anything.
Yeah, in a sense, I guess I'm all those things. Not for the reason you're thinking. Just so this isn't some huge misunderstanding. What exactly do you mean when you say you're gonna marry my husband?
You really need me to spell it out for you? I mean exactly what I said. I stole your husband. Put him right in my pocket. Serves you right, too. You got married and didn't even tell me? I know you cut me off or whatever, but don't you think that's going too far? I was kind of annoyed that you didn't invite me to the wedding. So I figured if I steal your husband, then we'd be even. Don't worry, I'm so happy now. I forgot all about it.
Really? You are trying to marry my husband because I didn't invite you to my wedding. Even for a self-celebrating man-stealer, isn't that just a little bit juvenile?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Don't try to downplay it like that. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be the only one in the family not invited to a family member's wedding? I have a reputation to maintain. But that's fine. I'm looking towards the future. Can you even imagine the looks on everyone's face when I marry your husband? This is going to be my masterpiece.
That's one way of putting it. A twisted way of putting it. I have to say, though, I am a bit disturbed that as a fellow human being, I cannot comprehend what is going on in that head of yours.
Simple, really. I just think about what would be fun to do and go from there. You don't have any experience, so you'd never understand the thrill, the excitement. Imagine what it's like to have a guy so head over heels for you that he throws away his own wife for you.
There is something legitimately wrong with your brain.
On top of that, Matt makes a ton of money and lives in a high-rise apartment. It's basically fate at this point. The universe is telling me to marry your man. Matt is by far the most amazing man I've ever met.
Right. Just want to make sure for the record, you really plan on marrying him?
Of course, what have I been saying this whole time? That's why he invited me on a family trip. He's taking me to Hawaii for his parents' anniversary or something. I'm going as his wife, of course. I gotta go pick out a bathing suit. Hello, Hawaii!
Got it. I thought for a minute maybe you had the wrong person, but I guess not. You're really going after Matt. You're trying to steal my husband.
It's actually pretty funny. I figured that since you were married that this time I was gonna have a tough time being a married man and all. But he was my easiest win yet. I do almost feel bad this time. Taking your boyfriend was one thing, but your husband? That's on another level. I know this is all a lot to take in, but I really need you to divorce him. Like today.
No problem. Done. Your wish is granted. We've been divorced for 3 years now.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah, we're done. We divorced 3 years ago, so feel free to marry him whenever you want. All the forms and procedures are long finished, so he's ready to go whenever.
Huh? You're saying the two of you are divorced? You got divorced 3 years ago.
Yep, congratulations. I'm glad you managed to get one more trophy for your illustrious career. You managed to steal the husband your older sister threw away. You know, as much as I despised you, I kind of feel bad for you. It does make my life easier, though. Thinking back on it, it's kind of nice having a little sister who's like a trash can for garbage men.
What? Hold on, what are you talking about? You're not making any sense. What do you mean you're divorced?
Exactly that. I divorced Matt years ago. We are no longer married. He's my ex-husband. I'm not sure what you're not getting here.
No, that can't be right. You two are definitely still married, right? He said you were married. Why would he lie about that?
Oh, yeah, no. That's just him trying to keep up appearances. He's a liar. If you want, I'll send you a picture of the divorce papers. It's all finished. We are no longer married.
What? Are you messing with me?
Like you said earlier, I did get married to him while I wasn't speaking to you. The thing is, in that small time frame, he cheated on me and we got divorced. Us getting married and divorced happened all within the time I wasn't speaking to you.
You two seriously got divorced 3 years ago? No joke.
Yep. But like I said, he's a narcissist and cares more about how people think about him than anything else. So, it seems like he still hasn't been able to tell anyone about his cheating and our divorce. He's still keeping everyone in the dark about it. He doesn't even have the decency to tell his family. Actually, worse than that, he's actively acting like we're still married just to deceive them. All for his own pride.
No way. There's no way.
Yeah, crazy, right? He still hasn't even told his friends or siblings.
There's no way that's true. You gotta be lying. It's been 3 years and he hasn't told anyone. How is that even possible?
Oh yeah, I don't blame you for your disbelief. It's nuts, I know. But in any case, yeah, we're done, so enjoy him. He's all yours. If you don't mind picking up my trash, that is.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Why did you go and tell Courtney all that, about the divorce and everything? Why didn't you just let her think we were still married?
You want to try that again?
This was my big chance to get married again. Now, because of all the garbage you fed her, the relationship is falling apart.
Listen, I don't know what's going on with you guys, but don't take it out on me. I just told my own sister the truth. Something wrong with that?
We were just about to get married. We were days away from signing on the dotted line. Now she's saying she only liked me because I was someone else's man. I let her keep thinking that you and I were still married because of that. I was so close, and now you just destroyed all of my hard work.
Let me get this straight. You planned on tricking her into marrying you. And what was the plan after that? What's your end game?
I was planning on being a married man again. I got it all planned out. If I tell my family I just divorced and that's it, they're gonna ask all kinds of questions. But if I get remarried, everyone will probably just congratulate us and lay off on the interrogation out of consideration.
Wow, you live in a fantastical world, don't you?
Courtney was all over me. I tried to tell her no, but she opened my eyes to a real love. If I told my parents and family something like that, I wouldn't have to bring up the cheating. It would have been perfect. Everything was going so well, and you ruined it.
You are absolutely ridiculous. You know, there are limits to the amount of stupidity and pride a person can have. Try thinking about someone besides yourself for once.
Whatever. What's done is done. Just don't go blabbering to other people about this. I'm gonna marry Courtney, and that's all there is to it. I'm being completely serious. Don't talk to her anymore. I know I can still turn this all around.
Hey there, sis. You know, I thought things through and I've decided I'm going to marry Matt after all. Actually, we already did. I got my marriage certificate. I'm a married woman.
You two got married with that lying narcissist. Wow, I don't know what to say. Congratulations.
I did! Can you believe it? It's kind of frustrating to end my winning streak like this, but even if he isn't your husband anymore, he's still a catch. He makes 6 figures and owns a crazy expensive flat. So I put my patty feelings aside and decided to take the plunge. I mean, if you think about it, it would be crazy to let a guy like that go.
Good to see you thinking so clearly for a change.
I mean, he's pulling in 6 figures. Can you imagine the life I'm gonna have? I can just lounge around at home, go shopping as much as I want. It's gonna be heaven. I'd even go as far as to put my man-stealing ways behind me. If I get one this good, I should at least give him my all, huh?
Sounds great. I just want to make sure one more time, just to be sure. You really did get married to him, right? This isn't a joke. You filled out all the forms, got the marriage certificate. You're legally married, right?
Yep, we just finished everything up. It's all in ink. The notary and government people and everyone all congratulated us. Don't tell me you're getting jealous now.
So it's all official, set in stone, no takebacks.
It's all done. He's mine now. Even if you are divorced, I still ended up with him in the end. I know that can't feel too great, but no hard feelings. No takebacks. Don't even think about trying to steal him from me. He's mine and I won't give him back to you.
Yeah, no worries there. He's all yours. I think you two will make a great couple. I gotta say though, I don't see why anyone would be that excited to marry a man making $10,000 a year and living in some rundown apartment.
$10,000? A rundown apartment? What are you talking about?
Like I said, all he cares about is how people see him. He talks a good talk, but there's no substance behind it. You really think he's making $100,000 and living in some fancy apartment? I hate to break it to you, but you're describing my life. Matt's making about $10,000 doing various temporary employment jobs. Also, the place he's living in isn't even fit for rats. The cockroaches don't seem to mind it, though.
Knock it off, you're lying.
Like I told you, we got divorced because he cheated on me. I absolutely cleaned him out in the divorce.
What? Are you serious?
So he lost his car, his house, his savings, pretty much everything. Once everyone at his work found out he got divorced because he was cheating, they basically gave him the cold shoulder until he quit. After struggling for a long time, he finally managed to crawl his way into a temp staff position. Seems like he's barely keeping himself alive.
No way. You're lying. You're just jealous. I'm not gonna let you mess with my head.
Sure, no problem. So, have you ever gone to his place?
Well, no, I haven't yet. But that's because he told me you were still married.
He couldn't bring me to the place where his wife was living. So we've just been coming to my place after dates. Seems like his lie worked out in more ways than one. He's a narcissistic liar, but I can't fault his luck.
Wait a second. You said you're the one with a nice apartment and the big paycheck, right? You make $100,000 and live in some luxurious apartment.
Yeah, and? While you were out there stealing people's boyfriends, I was actually making a name for myself. I worked myself to the bone and now I'm living the good life. Actually, I think Matt was some kind of luck sponge. Once I dropped him, it seems like everything just fell in place. I got promotion after promotion once I split from him.
Oh, really?
Anyway, I gotta get back to work. Gotta earn that cash. Congratulations on the marriage. The beginning is always the best, so make sure you enjoy it. Have a happy life. After that, Courtney started living with Matt in his rundown apartment. Then they went on the family trip for his parents' anniversary, and of course the topic of why his wife looks different came up. So he had to explain how he ended up divorced and married with his ex-wife's younger sister, which went over as well as you could imagine. The real icing on the cake is when he talked about their money problems. He begged his parents to let them move in with them. Of course, his parents flipped out about the divorce and his new wife. They let him know all about how warped his moral sense was. Of course, they rejected his request, and on top of it, his siblings were completely appalled that he could do something so dumb. The two of them got the cold shoulder on the vacation as well, and then slunk back to their grubby apartment after it was over. I was enjoying myself too much to let it end, so I told all the women that Courtney stole men from about what happened. They loved it as much as I did. The word poetic came up a lot. They all seemed to be doing great and were bragging about what great men they found afterwards. They let Courtney know how happy they were too, then promptly blocked her. I have to say I like their style. I may have to try that myself if I ever get remarried.
Mindy, please, you have to help me. I'm desperate here. I really need some support. Brock just kicked me out of the house and I don't have anywhere to go. Please help me. What? How did this happen, Sarah? Why would your own husband kick you out of the house? Well, the thing is that this is the third time that he found out that I was cheating on him, and then Brock, he just got so mad at me and he told me he wanted me out of the house right away. He just told me to pack my things and get out the house as soon as I could. Wait a second. Did you just say that this is the third time you were caught cheating on him? Sarah, you have got to be kidding me, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Brock caught you cheating 2 other times this year, right? And somehow you still convinced him not to divorce you, right? Yeah, that's right. But now he's caught me a 3rd time now, so it's really bad. You know, at first I didn't intend to start a 3rd affair, but then I saw this really sexy guy at my gym, and I just couldn't help myself. I just got sucked in. It wasn't my fault. Sarah, I can't believe you. I mean, you and Brock have kids together and you still went off and did something like this? What were you thinking? I mean, it hasn't even been 6 months since Mom and Dad went and begged him to forgive you on your behalf, but then you turn around and do something like this again? Look, you can lecture me about all this later, but right now I seriously need some help. Mindy, please. I don't have anywhere I can go to now. All my friends are telling me that this is what I deserve and are not going to do anything to help. I have nobody else I can turn to. You're all I have left. I'm headed to your place right now, so please let me stay a few nights while I get back on my feet. I'm sorry, but that's not going to work. I'm actually out of town right now on an extended business trip. Even if I wanted to, I'm not there to let you in. Wait, what? How long would you be gone? Will it be longer than a week? Maybe I can just camp out at the park until you get back. Like I said, this is a long business trip, and I probably won't be back for about another year. You're going to be gone a whole year? I really don't think I'll be able to hold out camping in a park for that long. Oh, please, can you just come back early from your business trip for me? Just tell one of your subordinates to take over for you and come home. I need you. What are you talking about? I'm certainly not going to be doing anything like that. And besides, even if I wasn't on this trip right now, I still wouldn't offer you to stay at my place. Getting kicked out of the house, losing anybody that might want to offer you any help, all of that is your fault. You have nobody but yourself to blame. How can you be so cruel? All right then, fine. If you're going to be like that, then how about this? I can accept that you're not going to let me stay at your place. I'll find a place on my own. But please, and I'm begging you here, can you at least help me with the money I'll have to pay in the divorce? I can't pay it on my own. Why do you think I would do something like that? You have to be crazy if you think that I'm going to help you. Sarah, I have had just about enough of you. You need to figure out your own house and pay your own court fees. Anyway, I'm going to be leaving now. Take some responsibility for once in your life and take your life seriously, okay?
Hello, Mindy. This is Brock. I know it's been a while since we last talked, so sorry to message you all of a sudden.
Oh, Brock. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? How have you been?
Well, I'm doing my best as a single father. It has its days, but it can be quite tough as well. Anyways, I'm sorry for reaching out like this so suddenly, but I had something I would like to ask you, if that's alright. Is now a good time?
Yes, now is fine. What's on your mind?
Well, as you know, Sarah and I got divorced about a year ago. She had already cheated on me twice before, and that third time was the last straw for me.
Yeah, I remember all that very well. I'm so sorry for the absolutely stupid things that Sarah did to hurt you. I just want you to know that my whole family really deeply regrets how poorly all that went down.
Well, that's the thing I wanted to ask you about. The truth is that my memories from that time are a bit foggy since there was so much going on at once. I felt like I was being pulled in so many different directions that a few of my memories from then are quite vague now. I remember doing things like making her sign the divorce papers and agree to pay child support and then kicking her out afterwards, but it really starts getting blurry after that.
Well, I really don't think that you should blame yourself for that. After all, you were going through so many emotions at the time. If anyone should be blamed, it should be my idiot sister.
Well, that's just it. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. I think that while I was so blinded by anger, Sarah might have used that opportunity to take money from Kara's college fund.
Wait, what? What makes you think that?
Well, the other day, I was looking into the fund to see if it needed any revisions, and I found that about a year ago, the account had been closed. I called the company about what had happened to the money, and I was told that all of the funds had been transferred into my wife's account.
So you mean to say that Sarah took all the money out of Kara's college fund and ran away with it after the divorce?
Well, it's all conjecture, but it seems to be that way, yes. And another thing is that even to this day, she still hasn't paid a single penny of her child support. And that's, of course, to say nothing about the alimony.
What did you say? You mean to tell me that she hasn't paid anything?
Yes, although I really wasn't that concerned because I'm making enough to take care of Kara on my own. But now that she's run off with the money we'll put away for her college, well, I just can't forgive that. So anyway, that brings me to my main point. I've been looking all over for where she might have gone so that I can get in contact with her.
Wow, I cannot believe she would do something like that. That's just horrible. How could Sarah go and do something so stupid like that? When will she finally learn her lesson?
I thought that she might be living with her parents, and so I tried checking there. But they both told me that she had not gone to visit them at all in the past year. They told me that she's not even contacted them this whole time. I even asked some old mutual friends of ours, but no one has heard any news about her, it seems. So, finally, this brings me to you. I'm just wondering if you might know where Sarah might be. And if you do, I would really, really appreciate it if you would tell me. I mean, I'm even willing to pay for that information at this point.
Oh, Brock, I'm really, really sorry. Oh, you poor thing. I wish more than anything right now that I could help you, but I'm afraid to say that I don't know where Sarah is either.
You're kidding me. Not even you know where she's gone?
She came to me right after you kicked her out, begging for me to help her out, but that was a year ago, while I was still on my long business trip. And after that, I never ended up talking to Sarah ever again.
I see. Well, I appreciate you hearing me out anyways. If you hear anything from her, please let me know. I guess I'll just keep trying to see if I can find where she's gone.
Of course, the moment I have any information, I'll be sure to share it with you. And once we find her, you can make sure to hold her feet to the fire and make her pay for everything that she owes and has taken from you. Mindy, are you there? Hello? It has been like forever. When the heck are you finally going to come back home? I mean, it already has been a year since you told me about your business trip. Do you have any idea when you're finally going to be coming back? Sarah? Sarah, is that really you? Of course it's me. Now, when are you coming home? I'm about to run out of my savings. If you don't come back soon, I'm going to be in serious trouble. So hurry up and finish your business trip and get back here. Wait. What do you mean come back? Where are you right now? What do you mean, where am I right now? I'm in your apartment, of course. I've spent the last year living here while you've been gone. Excuse me? What? You've been living where? Well, I told you all that time ago that I really didn't have any other place to go, so I used the spare key to your apartment that I had made in secret to sneak into your place. You did what? You have a spare key to my apartment? Well, after Brock found out about me cheating on him the second time, I thought it would be a good idea to have a spare key to your place, so I had one made. I mean, Mom and Dad were not going to help me, so I had to take things into my own hands to protect myself. And man, was that the right call. Who knows what would have happened to me if I had not done that? Are you kidding me right now? I seriously cannot believe you. And of course, I felt really bad about breaking into your apartment without asking you first, but I seriously had no other option. I mean, I was a housewife with no job. What else was I supposed to do after getting divorced? I tried to look around, but no other place was willing to rent to me. Staying here really was a last resort for me, but it finally came to it. But I have had the utilities stopped. Have you lived without water or power for this long? So that's what happened. I was wondering why nothing would turn on, but I was only using this place to sleep anyways. Besides that, I've been going to a cafe or the library to pass the time. Wait a second. Hold the freaking phone. So you're telling me that for the past year you have not had a job and have just been squatting in my apartment? Well, of course I want to work, but I just have not found the right company for me yet. What I'm really looking for is a company that will pay me $3,000 a month where I only have to work 3 days a week. And you will not find anything like that because a job like that does not exist. Well, that's not my fault. After all, I was just a housewife. I don't have any skills. Wait, I know. What if I become your personal maid instead? I'll do everything around the house for you, and in exchange, you can give me a place to live. Are you serious right now? I mean, you've kind of been doing that already since you have been letting me live here for the past year anyways. Surely your place is big enough for the two of us. I may not understand corporate life, but I do know how to keep a house. Don't you see? This is a win-win. No, it is not a win-win, and I don't want you in my apartment any longer. Pack your things and get out right now, and I'm not afraid to throw you out, so please just leave on your own. What? You would throw me out? But you can't do that. I won't go. I have already made up my mind to live here for the rest of my life. And who told you that was even a decision you could make? Wait, I think I get it now. Did your business trip get extended? Is that why you still haven't come back yet? That's no problem. I'll just hold the fort here until you come back. But I don't have much left in terms of savings, so you'll have to send me some money, though. Thank you so much for paying for this last year's worth of rent. I'm looking forward to living with you, sis. But I canceled my lease with that apartment building a year ago. Wait, what? I don't get it. What do you mean? Ugh, I'm just so sick of having to deal with you. Do you have any idea how much it takes out of me to try and put up with your antics? Anyways, apparently I have to make some calls to the real estate company, so I'll get back to you soon, okay? Wait, no, come back. What do you mean you canceled the lease? Are you saying that this place is not even yours anymore? I thought you kept the apartment even while you were away for your business trip. Well, I didn't. Before I left for my business trip, I thought about how long I would be out of my apartment and that my trip might get extended, so I decided to not waste the money renting an empty apartment and canceled my contract. Wait, you did what? When did you do that? A year ago. I just said. I honestly can't believe that you didn't even think of that, even though there's no furniture. Did you really never once think that I might just have canceled my lease? I just kind of thought that you were really into minimalism or something. What? No, that's insane. Are you serious? Anyways, I just called the real estate company and they told me that other tenants had a rumor about a ghost haunting the room since it was supposed to be unoccupied. But now it's clear that it was you this whole time. What? People thought there was a ghost here? What happened? Did somebody try to come in or something? Well, whenever anyone would go to show a potential tenant the room, the customers would see long hair all over the floor and were put off. And every time the cleaner would go into the room to get it ready, there would always be long black hair. Everybody thought the place was haunted this whole time. Wait, so that was just the person getting the room ready to be rented? I thought that you had hired a maid or something to keep the place tidy while you were gone. You are so dumb. But she would come with that warning all the time, and it kind of bugged me. And come to think of it, I always thought that for a maid, her clothes were too drab. Anyways, I just always hid from her while she was doing her cleaning. Well, at least now they know that all the hair was yours. The real ghost was you the whole time, Sarah. You were just practically never at home during the day, so that's why nobody in the building ever knew that you were there. Oh, I get it now. I explained things to the building manager, and he got so upset and started yelling about how long you'd been trespassing there. He said that he was going to charge you for staying a whole year without paying. Wait, what? Hold on just a second. I was only staying there in the first place because I thought that you were still renting it. This is all just one big misunderstanding. Besides, I don't have that kind of money anyway. I really don't think that an excuse like that is going to get you out of having to pay. Besides, I think you have much more money than you're actually letting on. Brock told me all about how you took the money from Kara's college fund. What? He already found out about that? But I already used all of it and I don't have any kind of job. I've been using all of that money to live day to day, but anyways, I have to get out of here fast. If I don't get out right now, the building people are going to catch me. It's too late. Brock will be arriving any moment. What? Why is he here? He told me about how you took the money and have not even paid child support. As soon as I found out that you were living in my old apartment, I told him where you were right away. Are you kidding me? Why would you do that? I had managed to avoid him for a whole year. I told you that it was time for you to start taking your life seriously, didn't I? Well, now it's time for you to learn your lesson. You have been living irresponsibly and without any regard for others your whole life. Just be an adult about this and pay what you owe.
Mindy, thank you so much for reaching out to me yesterday. I really appreciate it. I took Sarah straight to a loan office when I found her. I made her pay back the college fund and the child support, all of it. Now that I have what she owes me, I'll never have anything to do with her ever again.
Well, that's just fantastic news. I'm really happy for you, Brock. I also heard that you handed her over to the real estate company. I was even told that they gave you a reward for bringing her in.
What? No, I didn't get any sort of reward from the real estate people.
Oh, really? But I remember the person I talked to said they definitely wanted to reward you. They told me that they wanted to offer you my old apartment, the one that Sarah was squatting in for a year, for half the usual cost of rent.
Wait, what? Half the price? But The place you used to live is really nice.
Well, the thing is that thanks to Sarah, there have been rumors that the apartment is haunted now and they can't get a single tenant who wants to live there. Even if they lower the rent, still, no one wants it. So it's not only that they want to give you the room at half price, but they really want you to move in the hopes that you living there will dispel any rumors about the room being haunted.
Ah, I see. Well, paying half rent would certainly be a huge help. And if it helps the apartment building too, then I guess it's a win-win, isn't it?
By the way, the building is near my parents' house. I can't imagine how difficult it must be to be a single father, so this way you could be closer to Kara's grandparents. We just really want to do anything we can to make up for all that she's done to you.
Wait, are you serious? I don't know what to say. That would be a huge help. Even though Sarah and I aren't even married anymore.
Kara's still their granddaughter. My parents want to help you in any way they can, so please, don't even worry about asking them for anything that you might need.
I really am just speechless. After Sarah betrayed me, I really felt like I could never trust anyone ever again. And taking care of a kid all by myself has been so difficult. If your parents really want to help out that much, that would just be fantastic. And on top of all of it, I get to live in a wonderful condo at half price.
Well then, I suppose I better call the building and tell them that you're interested. They'll prepare all the paperwork for you.
Yes, please. Oh, wow. I'm just so happy right now. And I'll do as I said and pay you the money for telling me where Sarah was.
What? No, come on. You don't have to do something like that. How about instead, when I go to visit my parents, you introduce me to Kara?
Yes, of course. That would be amazing.
Looking forward to it. Well, I've got to get back to work, so I'll talk to you later. And again, I'm just so sorry for everything that Sarah put you through. But I have a feeling that things are going to get a lot better for you from now. I hope you and Kara enjoy your new place. After that, Brock and his daughter moved into their new condo as fast as they could, and with the help of my parents, he's had a much easier time raising Kara. My parents had never even met her before that, so they thanked Brock for finally bringing her over. It was really just a big love fest for everyone. As for my sister, Sarah, however, after taking out the loans to pay the real estate company and everything that she owed Brock, she was left in a hefty amount of debt. Now she works hard every day at a low-paying job without uttering a single complaint. Rumor has it that after taking into account interest that she would have to work somewhere around 50 years before she can pay everything off. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.